Hello. Today I'm going to touch on a topic that I guess one could say I've been putting off for a number of years. However, I'm feeling much more comfortable in myself to share this kind of ponderings. And as I'm sure many of you are aware, this topic has potentially been controversial, I guess, through the realms of something like the internet within the last 20 years. However, it's also been controversial in many other cyclical times of the human existence as well, if one's able to tap into that remembrance. So, I'm not here to change one's perspective, one's belief system. I'm just going to share a little bit more of the what would you call it, multidimensionality of our existence. And I'm just going to give you a very simple example in regards to, a tree, a dog, and a human. So, if the human and the dog were to look at a tree, do you really believe that the tree would have the same colours, the same shape, the same size? Do you really believe that the eyes of both of those beings would see the exact same thing, the exact same tree? Obviously that's a very simple example. No, even just the human, right? No two people are the same. We may technically be cut from the same cloth from one perspective. However, we're shaped ever so differently. And not talking just physically, but, internally, right? Even in the sense of the way that our brain works, our emotions function. And obviously that is hugely shaped by our experiences in this lifetime. And I'm sure many other factors outside of this moment and this lifetime. So therefore, does this not also apply to the earth? If one really understands that the earth is an entity in itself, it's a living, breathing, of course, breathing for the earth is going to be different than how it functions in the human body, right? To a certain degree. But it's a living entity, has its own, consciousness. Then you can start to sort of get a bit of a grasp on the infinite possibilities of the earth. And if one is to think, here we go, we're going to be talking about the thinking and the mind here, that the earth is a spherical round ball, excuse me while this aeroplane passes over, and that is the only shape in which the earth resides in, then that's one-dimensional perspective, yes? And if a person is to think, again, that the earth is a flat shape, and that is the only shape in which the earth resides in, again, that is a one-dimensional perspective. However, if one is to understand that the earth is a spherical ball shape and a flat earth shape and 99 plus other shapes, then one is starting to very lightly, should I say, start to brush on the multidimensionality of the earth. And, as one may say, well, one says it's flat and one says it's round and it can't be this and it can't be that, it's got to be one or the other. You're sort of getting into that sort of black and white thinking, right? And as I'm sure some of you have or may just be starting to remember and understand that life is not black or white. When it comes to things like shapes, colours, sizes, and how people perceive something. Yeah? And that was really what I wanted to say on this topic. And you get to decide. And it's also good to remember, one does not have to be attached to the shape of this plane that we live in. And when one starts to detach from that, one may then start to be open to the infinite possibilities that we have available to us. If we want to think about it just in the context of the shape of the earth, sure, but of course you can apply that to many other areas of one's life. So, with that, I'll leave it here. I'll see you in the next vlog.